as I was gaining weight, I was feeling better. So I think in my mind, I allowed the weight to gain so I would feel better. But it's
Well,
now I've lost the weight and it's back weak.
okay, so that shouldn't happen. What we're going to do is we're going to start off with, we're going to focus on the back side of the body, but we will start off with hip stuff and then work into lat and spine because your lat's attached to your hips. So go ahead and mute your mic.
Oh, yeah, that's what I had to do.
I think Tina's streaming us now. And I don't know if she's recording. Hey, Tina, I don't know where she went, but we're going to go. So good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. This is Mindful Movement with me, your instructor, Chris Kissel. And we've had a request today to strengthen the hips a little, but we're also going to work on the back side of our body. And when I say back, I don't want you just to think of your spine. I want you to think of the muscles that move the shoulder blades up and down your spine. Your shoulder blades are attached by muscles, and then they come into this joint where it attaches to your arm. So we're going to concentrate on those. We will concentrate on the glutes. That's the hips, the back side of the body. So we're going to work from probably the glutes up to your neck. Doing this, we're not going to need any equipment today, but what we'll be doing is a lot of face down. So I want you to listen carefully to my cues. You will be able to turn your head and see me, but pay very attention to my cues. This is mindful movement, and we want to focus on particular muscles of our body or particular areas that make moves for our body. So by doing this, we're strengthening these muscles that we're moving, and we're allowing tightness that may be happening in our body to go away. Because keep in mind, tightness is an indicator of weakness. We don't necessarily know where your weakness is, but as we move through the body and tighten things up, that weakness will go away and that tightness will go away. So we're going to strengthen things. So what I want you to do is does this start in a seated cross-legged position? If it's comfortable, we're going to move the shoulders. Just get in a comfortable seated position. I'm going to move my mat so I can make sure you see me. There, you just saw my backside. All right, let's get going. So just sit comfortably here. We can do a few circles to roll around. Most of us just got out of bed less than an hour ago, so our body needs a little movement because it's been in one or two positions for about 8 hours. Hopefully you've been sleeping for a good 8 hours. That is what you need. It's so important for the health of your body. Okay, we're going to concentrate on these shoulder blades right on the back side of our body. So let's start out by making a move up towards our head. I just want you to loosely place your hands on your knees, and I want you to shrug your shoulders up to your ears. This is one of the times where you get to allow yourself to keep those shoulders up to your ears and give them a squeeze. You just lifted those shoulder blades up your back body. Now let's lower them down. So I want you to drop them down. Keep your mind in those shoulder blades. Yeah, put your mind in the shoulder blades. Now push those shoulder blades down, like the little pointy ends of those shoulder blades, or angel wings as I like to call them, are pointing down into your back pockets. Pretend like you've got back pockets. You're just pushing those shoulder blades down into your back pockets. Now, once again, I want you to glide the shoulder blades up to your ears. Glide them up to your ears. Yeah, that's good. Squeeze them up there. You can wear them like earrings right now. And one more time. Push the shoulder blades down into your back pockets. Those pointy little tips of those angel wings get to go in your back pockets. Now, two more movements that the shoulder blades do. One is they come around your rib cage and they push forward. Okay, so we're going to do that move right now. We're going to spread them apart and slightly bring them around to the side of our rib cage. So how we do this is we bring our hands out in front of us. And now I want you to push your hands forward, kind of slightly rounding your upper back. Push your hands forward, keep them at the same level they were. Push them forward, and that is sliding those shoulder blades apart and bringing them closer to your armpits. Now just take it back and put it back in neutral. So go ahead, once again, take your palms and push them towards the screen. Push them forward, push them forward. Come on, you can reach me. Push them forward. Nice, nice. Feel those shoulder blades opening apart in the back. You get a nice wide space back there, and then bring it back to neutral. Go ahead and drop them down, give them a little bit of rest. Our last movement that the shoulder blades do is they move back behind us and they squeeze together. And this is one it's very valuable. You need those muscles that squeeze your shoulder blades back and together to keep our upright posture. And so we're not doing it right here from this joint. Those shoulder blade muscles are squeezing together. So let's get that movement going. Once again, you're going to take your hands up at shoulder height. They're about shoulder width apart. And all you're going to do is pull your hands back to you, but don't bend your elbows. Keep your arms nice and straight. Pull your hands back to you. Now think of like a pencil in between your shoulder blades, and you're squeezing that pencil together. And relax. And squeeze, squeeze between your shoulder blades. Go ahead and squeeze them together. So now you're pulling them away from your armpits, and they're going towards each other on the back side of your body. Be mindful. I want you to visualize this. Good job, good job, good job. Okay, so we're going to go down to hands. Let's start at hands and knees in the quadruped position. We're going to get a little coordination going between our glute and our lat, and particularly right side works with left and left side works with right. So I want you to picture an X across your back, and this is a shoulder, this is a hip, that they work together. So let's work those. Let's get them coordinated. Let's let our body know what we're planning on doing. So once you're in your tabletop position, remember we like a nice sturdy table. I want your hands to be right under your shoulders. I want your knees to be right under your hips. Now your toes can be curled or flat, whatever is more comfortable for you. For this move, I'm going to like them a little bit curled because I'm going to rely on a little balance. From here, I want you to take your right arm away from your body. Your back is flat, your neck is flat, you're looking down at the floor. You're not tucked under, you're just got a straight line in your spine. And then I want you to take your left leg back behind you. Left leg's back behind you. Now from here, I want you to do a little lift of right and left. So you may be familiar with this, doing them flat on the floor, but right now we're up in the air and we're using our core to stabilize us instead of the floor. So we will be doing this at the floor, but I want you to get this stabilization coming from your core. So take your left arm out, your left leg back, get your balance here, pull your navel in really tight, squeeze your glute, and I want you to slightly lift the arm and leg up in the air. Just little lifts, little pulses. Pulse it up, hold your balance with your belly button, and take it down. So we are going to be working with the spine. Let's give it a little movement. Let's move those spinal juices around. We're going to do a little cat-cow. I like to add a bit of a child's pose into it. So I'm going to flatten my feet. I want you to tuck your chin into your chest, and I want you to pull your navel up to the ceiling. And as you do, feel how those shoulder blades are pulling apart, just like they did when we were seated. Let those shoulder blades spread apart. Give them a lot of room. Now, keep that bend, keep your chin to your chest, push yourself back to your heels, drop your elbows to the floor. Now, I want you to drop your belly. I want you to lift your chin and keep your chest as low as you can to the floor and slide up through the hands. and come back up. So we got a little tiny bit of a cobra there. Let's do that again. So go ahead and round your spine to the ceiling. Bring your chin to your chest. Remember, your navel is coming up to the ceiling. And those shoulder blades are just pulling away from each other. Nice job. Now push back. Keep that roundness. Push back to your heels. Once you're there, drop your elbows to the floor to let your belly relax. Lift your chin. Keep your chest low to the floor as you slide it up through your arms and bring it back up to tabletop. Good job, good job. All right, let's go face down. We're going to focus on the shoulders and the shoulder blades a little bit as we start off with this routine. So I'm going to turn around the other way so you can see me a bit better. Go ahead, your face down and listen carefully. So once you're in position, go ahead, relax your feet and ankles and look straight down at the floor and go ahead and plant your head into the floor. You can take a little towel if you would like to put your head on the towel, but I'm just going to look down at the floor and have my head slightly elevated. I do not have my chin lifted. I just have the back of my head slightly elevated in a comfortable position. From here, I want you to lift both of your hands up off the floor. But when you're doing this, pull your navel into your spine. Support your spine with your navel and your abdominal muscles. Now, bend your elbows back towards you and squeeze those shoulder blades down into your back body. Squeeze them just like we did when we were sitting up. Now, take it slow and controlled. Take your arms back to where you started. Place your head on the floor, drop everything down. Now we're going to do that one side at a time so you can feel how your shoulders are moving independently. So I want you to lift up your head, lift up your left arm, and I want you just to pull that shoulder blade back down into your back body. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, and take it forward. And drop it down. Just relax. We're going to do the other side. So lift up your right arm. Bring the elbow back down. Glide that shoulder blade back down and squeeze it in. Squeeze it into your side. And take it back to the start point. Now you might have noticed a difference from side to side. What I don't want you to do is like rotate your torso around to get that arm around. So let's try it one more time each side. So we're going to slightly lift up our head, pull our navel into our spine, lift the right arm or whatever arm you want, bring it back, keep your body level. You're not rotating as you want to bring this arm level and into your side. Good job. Let's do the other side. Lift up slightly, lift the arm up off the floor, bring the elbow into the side, keeping your torso level, your navel pulled into your spine, and bring it forward. All right, give it a breather. Let's give it a little rest for our back. Bend your knees. I want you just to drop your knees or your feet side to side, just wiggle them around a little bit. This time we're going to add that X, that component of the X where the right arm works with the left hip and vice versa. So let's start out with the right arm. Arms are out in front of us again, back in what we call our superhuman position. So you're looking down at the floor and I want you to lift your right hand slightly off the floor, not real high. Lift your left leg slightly off the floor, about the same height, just go by feel. Now from here, I want you to reach your leg away from your hand. So reach yourself long. We're not lifting up real high, we're reaching long. Reach long. Now keep it long and put it down. See the difference of your hands. Your left hand or your right hand, the one you just used, should be longer. All right, let's make it equal. So go ahead and keep your hand where it is, but lift the other hand up. Lift the other leg up. Now from here, we don't have it real high. but I want you to reach the leg away, reach the arm, reach the arm, reach the arm. Keep reaching, arm and leg are working together, and then lower it down to the floor. Now see if your arms are even and they're reaching out so much farther. While we've got this nice long reach, let's use it for some lifts. So we're going to start by lifting up the arms. So you're looking straight down at the floor, your head is slightly off the floor, but just go ahead and lift both arms up and reach. Now reach and lift. I want you to lift and reach. Keep it going, and lower it down. Now this time we're going to add the legs in with it. If that bothers your low back, keep your legs on the floor. So you're looking down at the mat. You don't have your chin up lifted real high, but just kind of in a neutral position. You're kind of gazing towards your fingertips. Remember, our fingertips are real long. They're away from our body now. So we're going to lift the hands up and the legs at the same time. And I want you to squeeze that whole back body. Squeeze that whole back body. Work the glutes, work the lats. Once you're here, I want you to bring your elbows back around to your side. Squeeze them back. Remember, we're gliding those shoulder blades along our back body. And now we're going to bring them up and around and place the palms down, place the legs down. Take a breath. Good job, good job. Let's do that one more time. So let's reach long. Remember how long our arms can get. Reach them long first. Reach the legs out. Lift the hands and legs up off the floor. Reach, reach, reach. Get them just a little higher if you can. Now I want you to bring your elbows back around. You're squeezing them into your waist. You're moving those shoulder blades on the rib cage, on the back body, not just the arms, and take it down. Good job, good job. Let's go ahead and bend our knees. Give our low back a little wiggle. All right, I hope you're all doing okay. I promised you a little bit of a glute strengthening as well for our hips. So what I want you to do this time, and wait to go ahead and watch me first, and then we'll be putting our hands on our forehead. So I'm just going to put my hands on my forehead. I'm going to take my left leg and I'm going to bend it. I'm going to curl my right toes because we're going to straighten that leg and lift that knee off the floor too. So go ahead and curl your right toes and lift that right knee up off the floor. So you're straightening your leg. You're getting a nice strong quadricep. And then from here, I want you to lift your left knee up off the floor, but I want you to think about squeezing your glute here to get that job done. And I want you to keep your hips level. Don't rock back. Just lift it off the floor just as high as you can. If it's an inch, that's great. If it doesn't lift and you're just squeezing, that's wonderful too. And then we take it down. So go ahead and get in position. I want your forehead on your hands. I want you to curl your right toes under. We're keeping that right leg long. Go ahead and bend your left knee. Now straighten your right leg so your knee comes up off the floor. Good job. Now I want you to take a tiny lift of that left knee and squeeze, keeping your hips as level as you can, and hold that position. Hold it, hold it, hold it. You're working that glute on the left side and the quad on the right. And take it down. Good job. Just relax out of that. Let's switch sides so you can compare. One glute might get, one leg might get a little higher than the other when you go to lift. That's okay. I want you to take your left leg. I want you to curl your toes under. We're going to keep that leg straight. Go ahead and bend your right knee. And you're looking down at the floor. Your forehead's on your hands. And I want you to straighten that left leg so that knee pops up off the floor. I want you to lift that right knee off the floor just where you can go. It's not a big high move. We don't want to shift through the hips a whole lot. But hold this position. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And take it down. All right. So I work with people all the time on their muscles. This is one of our tests for the gluteus maximus to see if it's contracting. And I have to tell you, I have a lot of clients that cannot even lift one of their legs. So if you cannot lift one of your legs, you just keep it on the ground and you squeeze the glute, the back side right here. All right, so let's do that one more time on each side. I want you to take your forehead on your hands. Go ahead and curl your right toes under. Bend your left knee. Straighten your right leg so that knee pops up off the ground. And go ahead and lift that left leg up off the floor. It's not going to go super high because I want you to keep your hips level. I want you to squeeze your glute, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. Keep the right leg straight. You're working that quadricep. Keep holding this position. And now take it down. All right, let's keep it even. Let's do the other side one more time. So go ahead and curl the left toes under, bend the right knee, head is on the forehead is on the hands. Go ahead and straighten your left leg, popping that knee up off the floor, getting that quad nice and tight. Now bend or lift the bent knee up off the floor. Hold it, hold it, hold it. You're squeezing, you're squeezing, you're squeezing. And take it down. Good job, good job. Go ahead and just move your legs around, bend your knees, get a little wiggle through the spine. We're going to work that X in Superman's. We're going to work the opposite arm, opposite leg again, and get the glutes and the lats working together. So once again, reach out with your arms, and you know they can reach a little farther now. So go ahead and get that nice long reach in your hands. Just look down at the floor, and I want you to lift your right arm and your left leg. So give it a lift, and we're going to go up and down this time. Up and down. We're coordinating these muscles. This is what's happening when we're walking, guys. This is all the mechanics of walking, the mechanics of running. This is your foundation. So you've got to have opposite arm, opposite leg coordinated with each other. Go ahead and rest that for a minute. If you want to just bend your knees, wiggle your legs around for your low back, do that. But get those arms long again, reach both of them long. This time we're going to take the left arm up and the right leg. And one side might be harder to do than the other. But take it up and down. Up and down, up and down, up and down. So if you notice one side, one of these moves is harder than the other, that's the area of your gait, your walk or your run that you're missing a few beats on, causing something to misfire up the chain. So we're analyzing the body, but we're also strengthening it, and we are making it coordinate with each other so that you've got all these moves together. So from here, let's just come up to our elbows. And I want to just do a mini cobra with you. So we've got extension now in our spine. We've had our spine pretty flat, a little bit of extension. But what I want you to think of in this nice cobra position is your elbows are coming down right under your shoulders. Your palms are placed on the floor, and your top of your head is coming up to the ceiling. So you don't have to think of arching your back as much as once you think of taking the top of your head to the ceiling, that's creating that nice long spine. So just stay here. You're pushing your elbows down as you lift the top of your head towards the ceiling, and you're getting a nice extension in the spine. And take it down into a relaxed position. So I want you to think of the top of your head, the very tip of your spine, lifting up to the ceiling as we do this to create the extension. So let's go back into it one more time. So you've got your elbows planted right under your shoulders, And to get that spine nice and tall and come up in that cobra, I want you to lift your head. Your chin is just even right there. You're not looking down. You're not looking up in the air. You're looking straight ahead. So the top of your head is directed right to the ceiling. Now lift the top of your head to the ceiling. Lift it up. So it's that lift up to the ceiling. So I don't want you lifting your chin up and going with your head back. I want you to come up like this. Good job, good job. Okay, let's work on a little rotation of the spine. So we've worked on the shoulder blades moving all around the back body, but let's work on what we call our T-spine, our thoracic spine, which is the spine that's part of the spine that's attached to your ribs. So come back up to hands and knees. What I want you to do is take your right hand and place it right under your chest, right in the middle of the body. So it's coming back away from your head a little bit. It's right here. Now from here, I want you to take your left hand and put it on the small of your back. Flatten your feet and bend the elbow and come back to a child's pose. Now what's happening here is your elbow should be resting inside your leg. This is going to be like our fulcrum. This is going to be our lever that we can turn into. We're going to open up this T-spine here. What I want you to do is not think of doing it with your arm or your shoulder. I want you to think of yourself moving your rib cage. So I've got my right hand here. So I'm going to think of moving my right rib cage over to my left leg. So move that rib cage over to your left leg and see how that arm and shoulder open up. They're following along. So hold this position, Your shoulders just going along for the ride. Good job. And take it back. Let's do that one more time since we're here. So remember, you're taking the right side of your rib cage towards your left leg, and you're twisting, wringing out that spine. Oh, it's so good. Your spine loves this. But what we're doing by being in this position is we're not rotating our lumbar spine, our low back. We're just rotating this part. We're locking that lumbar spine by being in this bent position. So we're just rotating the part that works our rib cage. So come on up. And I want you to take your left hand now, place it right under your chest, right in the middle there. Your right hand goes on your back body, right at your low back. And go ahead and go back to child's pose. Your left elbow should be against your left leg. And this is where we take our left rib cage and rotate it towards our right leg. So open it up, Give it a nice twist. You can push into that leg if you want with the left hand. Get a nice rotation, and take it back. So let the neck just go along for the ride. Let the shoulder go along for the ride. Concentrate on moving the rib cage because we're rotating the thoracic spine. So go ahead and twist. Open it up. Hold that twist. And go ahead and take it back. All right, let's come back up to a seated position. You guys did a great job. Let's just move the hips around a little bit more. Free up that low back. Free up that spine. Just sitting here with our feet in front of us and moving back and forth. Thank you for joining me for Mindful Movement this Wednesday morning at 7 o'clock. I hope you gained some knowledge on how your body works, how you can move it in a safe place, and how you can strengthen stuff so you don't have that tightness. Because remember, tightness is an indication of weakness. So as we move through our body and do these strengthening moves, you will eliminate the tightness. Have a good day. See you next Wednesday.